Oh, man, I am so grateful for all the people that donate money. It's amazing to me that we are able to make this show because people donate by going to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. Isn't that amazing?
I mean, I'm pretty blown away by it.
You
You wanted more energy out of me.
I was hoping maybe that... Drink your coffee.
Your entire Nintendo might start smoking and sizzling.
That's fair.
But you can have infinite raccoon flight.
I thought about that the other day, like how common it was that our like original Nintendo just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
Yeah, that's what I expect. Yeah.
Things don't always work, and you can't expect that.
But now, like, if Netflix exits out on my Xbox One, I'm like, what the fuck?
But doesn't it...
I gotta reload it?
Isn't that because, like, the first Nintendo, we all just treated it like it was a mechanical device, not an electronic device?
No.
It was like you do a physical thing to it
tap it
to make it work right.
Yeah.
You got to kind of like leave the thing open and kind of press down on the game, and then it'll start.
I remember the first PlayStation, you had to turn it upside down, some of them. Because there was something wrong with the laser.
What?
It wasn't the right distance from the disc. And I used to work at a game store at the time. It was like one of my first jobs, and people would come in and they'd be so mad, and I'd be like, okay, you have two choices. You can send that back to Sony. It'll take a month. Or you can play it upside down
I'm going with upside
on
down.
a towel.
Well, yeah,
and they'd be like, cool, done.
Like the Red Ring of Death Xbox 360 towel thing. Where like wrap it in a towel, it somehow fixes itself.
Yeah, most electronics, if you swaddle them, they feel more comfortable.
Are they all haunted? And that's like what no one wants to admit is like, oh, well, they're all sentient. Oh, did we not? Oh, fuck, we forgot to put in the press release that all electronics are sentient.
Oh, yeah. It's going to take a little bit of your blood.
Don't sleep near it. Please, dear fucking God, don't sleep near it.
The matchmaking and the online are crazy. It's going to take a little bit of your blood.
You might lose some pets.
This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens. Oh, my stars and garters. We have another guest in the anxiety chamber.
Yes, it's been too long since we've had a guest, and this guest, folks, you know him from many a podcast. You're doing 8 podcasts,
He
Travis?
hosts
I do 8.
He hosts 37% of all podcasts.
That's
a
true.
very high percentage
Between
of
him and
podcasts.
his brothers.
Yeah.
Travis McElroy.
Hello.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Welcome to the anxiety chamber. We have a story that was sent in to us for this very episode by Hadega. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly.
That's a Street Fighter character.
Hadega.
I think it's a small shop.
It's a small shop that you can get. There's usually a cat, and like, is that cool with health codes? Is that all right?
Everybody's laughing now, but wait until you hear about the story that
I
she
don't
sent
want
in.
to.
So let me tell you a little story, fellas. This is a young girl in India. Her name is Sharia Darji. She was complaining of some irritation in her ear back in August. And she didn't say there was any pain associated with it. She just had a little irritation.
Sure.
Her dad took a look at her ear and looked a little closer. And what did he see inside? He saw some large...
Just a little bit of wax and everything was
It
fine,
was
and everyone
nothing.
went
Oh,
home.
you got some sand in there.
Yeah, it's
we got
totally
it.
cool.
That's not how the story goes, fellas.
God damn you.
He found some large ants inside her ear.
Ugh.
No.
So
what's,
he took her...
what's some?
And what's large?
Yeah.
What size of ant would be relaxing?
You're
to find
using-
in the ant? Like, it was a small ant.
You're using a lot of very
Nothing.
generalized adjectives, and
There
I
were
need
just
specificity.
a few small ants. It was fine.
Small to middling size ants. They really weren't that big.
Everyone had a good laugh about it and went home.
I don't know what you're complaining
For
about.
ear ants, these are pretty average.
Oh.
Good night, everyone.
That's the show.
You know what they were? They were really small ants, but the size of her ear is so small that they looked big.
Oh, that's
It's
what
relative.
it
It's
is.
an optical illusion.
Yeah.
They were really small, but they were really loud.
As you get
know?
older, these ants won't block as much of your ear canal.
Oh, God. Oh, I hate all of this. This is the fear. Okay, sorry. Go on.
Well, we just got to be clear about what's going on here. So they went to the doctor, ear, nose, and throat doctor. He removed 10 ants from her ear.
And then called it a day.
He called it a day.
That's
Guess
his
what?
quota.
Past that, you got to charge extra.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
Guess
the first
what?
10 are free.
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks later,
Doctors that remove bugs from your ears work on a taxi cab system. You know, where it's like distance or time. It's amount of time in the office or amount of ants removed from the ear.
Well, that's
and
why.
it's a set fee
It's a
to go
set
from
fee.
the airport to
That's
10
why
ants.
I have a disruptive app that I like to call Earbur.
Yeah.
That I think is going to change the whole landscape of the
Solid.
whole situation.
Oh, God.
So she came back 2 weeks later, more ants. Now, at this point,
Tell me he pulled out another exact 10 ants.
10 to 15 large ants come out of her ear every day
That's
at this point.
that's so general. If there were ants crawling out of my ear every day, I would know the exact fucking number every day.
You know what? It's hard to keep track because you're going about your day.
How many ants are coming out of your ear? I don't know, like 10 to 15, I guess.
Oh,
I would know. I'd be like 11 ants came out of my ear.
It's 12 every time, and they all look exactly the same. Are you putting the same 12 ants back in at night?
If you lay them all on a table, they move in unison.
I want to see those under glass before I go to bed. I put one of my hairs across the gap, and if I wake up and that hair is gone, I know what's up. Oh, Jesus.
She should have a little ant farm in her room that all started in her ear and now are in the ant farm.
Jeff,
That'd be fun.
so if 10 to 15 ants are coming out of her ear every day,
Yes.
where are they coming from? How are they getting in
It's
there?
such a good question that I don't know. That I want to know the answer.
It's the
to.
only question.
Yeah, but what if it's like her brain? Good night. Bye. I have to leave the world because I don't want to know that that's possible.
She's the ant queen.
These are East Indian synapse ants.
Oh God.
They're very
What
rare.
if she was super smart? What if they were like, I don't know, we needed to put her through some tests. My God. And it just turns out like she's got like the ants made her brain super efficient.
It's like in Phenomenon where the tumor's giving
It's
John
exactly
Travolta
like
the powers.
Phenomenon. It's exactly like Phenomenon.
Kids, ask your parents what Phenomenon is.
Their parents aren't even going to know about that movie. It came and went, fellas. I'm surprised you guys both saw it.
I love that movie.
I
Great
actually had a
movie.
poster
Remember
for
when he
that movie.
alphabetizes all the animals?
Oh yeah,
You remember?
that was when we were in the real
Best part of any movie.
the best
The
part.
real
Riveting.
Travolta Renaissance was happening.
What I love
yeah.
most about Phenomenon, welcome to our Phenomenon fan cast. What I love most about Phenomenon was that they tried to
Phenomenon.
leave it, the Phenomenon.
The Phenomenon.
They tried to leave it ambiguous, I think, at some point of like, was it the tumor? Could he really do magic? Was he just a magic? But it's like, I'm pretty sure I saw him spin a spoon at one point, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was in the movie. I'm pretty sure he had magic.
Like, maybe it was the tumor that gave him the magic, but we can't argue at this point that there was magic.
There was definitely magic.
Remember
you
when
guys.
he psychically made a mirror ripple like water?
Yeah. That
It doesn't
happened.
matter if that was just a tumor. He did it.
That happened.
This is proof that we will talk about anything other than
God,
ants
I don't
coming out of an
want
ear.
to.
So she has superpowers. Go on.
She manifests ants out of her ear. So basically, what's going on is
Worst X-Men.
There's an. It does kind of feel like an X-Men.
Actually, it's
doesn't it?
not the worst X-Men. Actually, now that I think about it.
I was gonna say it sounds like something out of like Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
this idea of like you see that happening and you're like, surely there's evil afoot.
Each
Like
each
that's a sign.
each ant represents a sad memory,
Oh,
and as it leads her.
Everything
Yeah.
hurts.
She puts it in the pensive, and then it's all fine.
Where is it coming from? Where is
Follow
it
the
coming
ants.
from?
There's
Follow the ant.
There's an ant hive in her deep in her inner ear.
God, so
Uh,
would they burrowed in somewhere? Because they gotta dig their little ant tunnels.
This guy
The
says,
ear tunnel is the tunnel.
Ah!
"Yeah, they don't have to burrow the tunnel. They're
The
like
tunnel
perfectly
is
good
there.
tunnel."
They moved in. They're like, nice.
This
I
is
like
really
that. We
good.
could do something with
Can
this.
she
Do it.
feel them?
What are we thinking? Like 10 to 15 of us hanging
Yeah,
out here?
I think, but no more than that. Hopefully they clear it out
This
somehow.
is not a party ear canal.
No.
All right?
No,
This
this
is-
is we're gonna be studying.
Yeah. This is a group, like the group of us, we gotta share
strict population
responsibilities.
control.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a reality show right there.
Yeah.
One of
10
you-
ants in an ear.
15
It's real.
ants.
10 to 15 of you get voted out of the ear every day.
But another 10 to 15 of you get voted right back in.
Anthony brought up an upsetting, so she can feel it, right? Because it's
She can feel it.
irritating. She can,
She says there's no pain.
No, but you like an ant is crawling on you, and you've got like tiny little ear hairs.
This girl is gonna be a lovely person to date someday. She's gonna have weird. It's gonna be an odd moment.
you know, in movies and like literature and fiction and stuff, where there's like a character who's been driven insane and can now like see the future.
Yeah.
I feel like that's this, except not the future part, like just driven insane. I'm like, what happened to her? Oh, she had 10 to 15 ants in her ear for the first like 10 years of her life. She can't contemplate what existence is anymore. She can't stand to be alive knowing we've gotten them out. She don't have them anymore. She just knows that the thing could
How did we
happen.
let this happen to her? Well, we thought it was 1 to 9 ants, which is totally
That's
within.
fine.
Within the cutoff point.
Yeah.
I really feel bad about getting mad at her because I just thought she was kind of a dick. But
Yeah.
But it turns out troubled childhood.
Yeah.
She's an insane person now. She had
If
ear
only
ants.
we'd known.
If only. So this doctor that treated her says his name is Dr. Jawahar Talsania. He has never seen
nailed that.
Thank you. He's never seen anything like this in his 35 years of practice.
I should fucking hope not. This is not a thing where you want to be like, oh, yeah.
On the other-
it seems like every day now.
On the other hand, if you were this girl, wouldn't you want an ear ant specialist?
That's true. Ear, ant, nose, and throat doctor.
Ear, ant, nose, and throat. I usually more stick with the ants in the throat, but I guess I can work on ears.
Yeah.
Oh, ear. Oh.
That's a new one.
I mean, it's all canals. We can do this.
You'd never take this girl on a picnic, right, guys? A picnic? Because of ants?
Wow.
So
we have a guest.
yeah.
How
this girl
dare
is,
you.
remind me, like 8 years old?
They have no idea how and why ants would choose to nest inside this girl's ear. They don't know why it would happen. They don't know even how it happened, but it had definitely happened. And moreover,
Probably school system is why they picked it.
Yeah.
you think?
But yeah,
Good
like
neighborhood.
proximity. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It does seem like she's a overachiever. That's for sure.
It seems like, okay, statistically,
Sure.
if you think about all the people who have lived and will live and currently live,
Mm-hmm.
this was bound to happen at some point.
Do you really
right?
think
Like,
that's true? You think that all the shit is just going to happen
At
because
some
there's too
point.
many people?
yeah, I mean, we've only been writing it down like recently, comparatively.
Yeah.
There's probably been lots of crazy shit that's happened that everyone's like, has never happened before and will never happen again. We cannot explain it, but like statistically, it was bound
on
to
an
happen
infinite
once.
timeline.
Right.
One of us gets like taken away by seagulls.
Yes.
We're sitting at lunch, and a group of seagulls just comes and carries someone away.
Yeah. And
It's
it seems
bound to
weird
happen.
in the moment, but statistically, it was bound to happen.
That's
Right.
math, Jeff.
All shit is just going to happen.
It has to.
That's why you can't complain about anything happening because it was going to happen.
I mean, do
gonna
you
happen.
know why, like, theory in science is called, like, the theory of gravity, the theory of relativity? Because you can't 100% guarantee, just because you have dropped a rock and
Right.
every time before now it has fallen, you cannot guarantee that the next time you drop it,
Right.
it will fall.
That's why I can't guarantee that there aren't any ants in your ear right now.
Exactly. Well, don't say that, please, Jeff. I need to sleep tonight.
I mean, now we
I
know
can't-
that
can't
odds
guarantee it.
are there probably is at least one ant in your ear right now.
Yeah.
Based on this girl's.
Look around, look to your left,
Yeah.
look to your right. If they don't have ants in their ears, you have ants in your ears.
Yeah, I mean, especially because she has a thriving ant hive. That means like they're reproducing, they're
Yes.
settled in.
Every
Like,
day. Like,
is she now
I mean,
a
that's better
protected?
than just
Is
sort
she
of
now
like-
a protected wildlife environment?
ooh,
She
good
is.
question.
Like, what if
She
she
is.
went in and they were like, "Well, we can't remove them now because they're
They're a very endangered species. They're the first ear ants we've ever encountered.
they're
So,
a native species, and you are the only ear in which they grow, and you're just the ant ear person now.
When-
That's who you are.
When do you decide that it's okay to like release that child from the hospital? When it's just like this
Or from
happens
the
every
family.
day? Well, that's also true. But there's that idea of like, we can't help you anymore. Go home.
Yeah.
You have to live with this now.
Yeah,
Or does
what-
she just live at the hospital now?
At what point does Child Protective Services come into play? Like, if you can't protect your child from an ant infestation inside their skull, maybe you're not a fit parent.
I understand that there's not a cure for like cancer yet, but I feel like this is a thing we can knock out. It's one little girl, and one time we could probably knock this one out.
They have no idea how to get it out of her head. Without
What are you talking
They
about?
don't know how. They don't know what to do.
What do you mean they don't know how?
All
to-
they do is extract the individual ants, but
Oh,
they
there's
can't.
a video.
There's a video. I don't have the guts to watch it.
No.
I don't have the guts to watch it.
Listen, we know how to kill ants. We know
You're
how
gonna put ant poison in her ear?
What's
Yes!
the other option, Jeff? She's just gonna live with that forever? What? How? Okay, if I said to you, there is an X% chance that this will also kill you, what's the highest that could be that you would still do it?
What's that? The percentage chance?
Yeah,
23.
99 for me. If there's 100% chance it kills the ants, but a 99% chance it kills me,
Well, here's-
I'm going for it.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
You'd rather
though.
die.
I would rather die.
But
But
have
here,
ants come out of
here's
your
why
head.
I'm saying 23. This is a young girl. As she gets older, she's going to have the ability to remove these ants herself.
Uh-huh.
You know what I
Become
mean?
Independent.
That's just like you brush your teeth, you comb your hair,
Think about
you
this.
remove 10 to 15 ants from your ear.
How many?
It's just the morning routine.
We're all dudes in our 30s. How many ear hairs do you pluck every day?
10
Every
to
week.
15.
There you go.
I've
There
got
you
it.
go.
I've got a solution
And
for
that's
this.
just as gross. I think it's just as gross.
I have a solution for this. She needs to lay her head next to a better option. so that one ant pokes its head out and goes, whoa, hold on.
Just sleep next to pizza.
Yeah, and some of the ants are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You check this shit out over here. Oh.
Hey, no, Dave.
She's got to get like.
No, we said that we would all stay here. We were going to study this
We
semester.
just put up the wallpaper.
We have the chore chart done. We can't just roll out for this pizza.
But look through the. You guys look. Did you go look down the canal? Did you look out the canal? The bright
I don't
area.
trust the world out there.
I know you
10
don't
to
trust
15 of us disappear every day. They venture too close to the opening.
Don't go to the opening. They'll never come back. Yeah,
it's just like windy cave opening for them. It's just like
Mama, what is outside the cave? Nothing's outside the cave.
we will never venture outside the cave. We are
Mama,
cave
I
ants,
want
and we have always been cave ants.
I've always been curious of what happens outside the cave.
That's
I
how
was-
we lost your father.
I was curious too when I was your age. We're all curious, but the ear provides. And if we begin to question that, we are lost.
Now let's go mine from the brain.
Here. See what I did?
I like that.
Thank you. Okay.
Fucking
I
God.
did like it.
So
But what have they tried? Are they trying anything?
well,
You say they don't know.
well, the problem is what it says here is they can't get in deep enough to get out what is causing it. So all they are able to do is extract individual ants.
Now, is this going into a part of her where it's like, if we did put like, I don't know, if we did flush her ear with like alcohol or poison or something like that, does it go deep in? Have they burrowed into a part of her where it would be dangerous for her to poison the
That's
ants?
the thing. I feel like
I
you could
feel
drop
like-
in rubbing alcohol, and that's not going to hurt her.
I feel like poisoning your ear is a bad thing.
That's how they killed
saying
Hamlet's
The degree
dad.
of poison that would kill an ant is much slighter. Like you could pour, Listerine in your ear, and that's
Yeah,
not
I'm
going to kill
stronger-
you, but that's going to kill an ant.
Yeah,
Make
I'm
your
stronger
ear-
than every ant.
Make your ear smell great.
I'm
too.
stronger than most ants. I'm not
stronger
going to
than-
listen. I haven't met all the ants. I'm
Right.
not just going to say
Well,
all.
because
of them.
once
Proportionally, you're not.
Because once again,
That is an excellent point. I've seen Ant-Man. I know how this works.
yeah. And also statistically, we were just talking about this. There's an ant out there that's stronger than all of us.
true.
That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
math.
That's
Statistically, it's going to happen. If it
Yeah.
hasn't
Read a
already.
book.
yeah.
Maybe you brought up the ear hair thing. Maybe they get one of those little spinny ear hair cutters and they just get it in there and just grind up all.
That's
the
not
ants.
getting deep enough, though. You just said it's not deep.
Yeah.
I was thinking like little vacuum, like they use like suck up, but and then I was like, but what if you perforate your eardrum? But then I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, cool. Like that's like a month of discomfort,
Yeah.
but you've got the ants out of your.
What
ear.
about candling?
Is that
the
a thing?
ear
Oh
candling?
yeah.
Would
Oh,
that like
yeah.
just
I don't
suck all
think
the
that's
ants
really.
out?
Does that really work?
I don't know.
I don't think it does.
It maybe
But
it
I'm
works
not-
though.
Hey, do you guys think that every day
Ants crawl out of my ear. They're like, guys, down one octave.
We're studying.
Do you guys think that all day, every day, she just hears
That's
Yes.
what I'm asking.
Yes.
just all the time?
Yes. Or she just hears Dave Matthews Ants marching over and over in her head.
That's worse.
That's way worse.
Would you rather have a hive of ants living in your
Mm-hmm.
ear or have to listen to Dave Matthews Ants marching for 6 straight hours a day?
I don't know
Oh
that I
my
would want to
God.
listen to any song 6 straight hours, but especially not. He wakes up in the morning. No. Kill me.
But
Extracts 10 to 15 ants.
you said 99%
You
chance of
walks in
death.
every direction. That's what I got.
You said 99% chance of death.
Yeah,
You would still try to remove these ants.
that's correct.
You really wouldn't listen to ants marching? for
I
6
actually
hours?
really love Dave Matthews. I went for the. Okay, listen. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I went for the cheap joke. Going to pull back the curtain.
Yeah.
I love Dave Matthews. I would listen to Dave Matthews 6 hours a day. It's one song though for 6 hours a day. I don't
It's
think
got
I
to
could
be
sit
one
in.
song. It's the only way it works.
Or actual creatures crawling out of your head.
It's the 6 hours. It was the 6
Yeah,
hours because
you gotta go
eventually I
6
think you
hours.
could grow accustomed, and then when the 6 hours ended, it would feel just like an empty vacuum that you'd be
Yeah.
like, I kind of miss it now.
Yeah, maybe it's white noise eventually.
Yeah.
Though I can't imagine that because it's got like a sweet sax riff in the
It's
middle that
really
you just
good.
can't block out.
Candyman tempting with Dr.
You think that if this girl does get this fixed, that she'll end up missing it a little bit? Like maybe.
Like a Charlotte's Web ending situation?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. The better question is this: is like today we live in the world of like Twitter, and everything's permanent all the time.
Yeah.
are you ever not the girl who had 10 to 15 ants come out of your ear every day? And you're just like, hello, I'm applying for the administrative position. And they're
Ant
like,
girl, I know you.
Okay, yeah, no, that was 10 years ago.
No, but you have the ants in your
No,
ear.
I've actually been ant
Holy
free.
shit, Dave!
Yeah, what's up?
Dave, you know that ant girl?
Oh, the chick with the 10 to 15?
She wants to be a cashier.
Oh,
That was
my
a long
God.
time ago. I don't have
Anyway,
ants,
we
but-
can't have you in here because of health code.
Oh, yeah.
No, I haven't had the ants. I've been ant free for 5 years. Thank you very much.
It's been 5 years. 5 years ant free, everybody. My name is. Thank you. Thank you. It's been rough. It was rough at first. It was like a Charlotte's Web ending situation.
They had to cut my ear off.
And I miss them sometimes. I really miss them.
Do you was the Dave that you were calling in that sketch Dave Matthews? I was just hoping
he
that it
works
was.
at like an office.
And it
now.
was like that was the origin story of how he wrote that song.
There's a bunch of ants marching out of her ear. Ants marching.
This could work.
Somebody get me a violin.
Carter,
And an
come over
accent.
here.
I think I have an accent.
I love it.
Uh,
So this is pretty much the worst thing, right? This is the worst thing that anyone could have happen to them ever.
Wouldn't you rather like?
there's a way to get rid of these.
There's got to be.
There's a way.
There are so many. Like I'm the
You
type
just
of
got to
person.
introduce spiders, right? The natural
There we
predator.
go. Oh, but then you got to send like praying mantises in. I'm the type of person that anytime I have any kind of like pain or something, it's like, okay, well, I think I'm dying. Like,
Yep.
oh, this is bad. Like, whatever this is, I didn't have this before. And I think that there is not a revelation that a doctor could tell me that would be worse than, oh, there's a living thing in your body that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah. They have crawled,
rough.
like the ants have burrowed a little bit into the brainstem. It's not dangerous, but it would be dangerous to try to remove the ants.
And you're, also, newsflash, you're the first person this has ever happened to. We have no idea why or how to fix it. We've got no basis of comparison for you.
But we're going to write this up in a cute little blog.
Yeah, and I
And
mean,
send it to some podcasters.
Some
Bye.
3 idiots will make fun of it.
now the downside is I can only remove 10 to 15 ants per day and only for 20 days before your insurance stops covering it. I thought you said this has never happened before. But this moment I reported it to them,
weirdly-
they sent back some rules.
They actually said ants and ear is a pre-existing condition.
Yeah.
They can't do anything about it.
They were very like they couldn't have come up with these on the fly. Like they had these.
It was it's a very lengthy policy that you bought. There's a lot of detail.
Thanks, Obama,
Thanks, Obama.
because you have to end it that way.
Yeah.
how
So
you
moral
have
of
to-
the story, guys. I guess don't be a 12-year-old girl with ants in your ear.
Oh, God.
Yeah, avoid that if possible. I
Yeah,
guess
if you can prevent it.
we don't really. Yeah, there's really no lesson here, is there?
No.
No. Oh well, we did our best. Hey, Travis,
Yeah?
you have 80 bazillion shows. What
do.
are those about? Well, not all 80 bazillion. I don't know if we
Okay,
have time to list them all out, but where can we
where can
we
we
point
find
the
them?
people?
Well, the flagship podcasts are My Brother, and Me that I do with my brothers, Justin and Griffin McElroy, where we take people's questions for advice, and then we give out really terrible advice. We have no idea what we're talking about. Please do not follow our advice. Called My Brother, and Me. We do a show called The Adventure Zone, where we play Dungeons and Dragons. It's me, my brothers, and our dad. And it's mostly silly, and we don't really pay a lot of attention to the rules. So even if you don't care about Dungeons and Dragons, you should check it out. I do one called
What I love about that, though, is Griffin really cares about the
Griffin
rules.
really cares, and then we spend most of the time tormenting Griffin. I DM'd, we did a bonus episode for a fun drive we have coming up, and I DM'd it and they played, and I got to be, and it's really frustrating to have three people who seem like they want to win the game by just frustrating you.
Yeah.
To no end. I do a show called Bunker Buddies with me and my friend Andy, where we talk about how to survive the apocalypse, and it's mostly comedy because you have no idea what we're talking about. I do a show called Schmanners with my wife where we talk about etiquette, and she actually knows what she's talking about, and I do not. And she's kind of teaching me how to be a better
I
person.
sense a trend here with the whole
Here's
your
the secret.
qualifications.
Here's the secret. Don't do a lot of research. It's really easy.
I think we figured that out,
Yeah,
actually.
it works out great. I do a show called Can I Pet Your Dog, where we talk about dogs we met this week, and we talk about Mutt Minute and different breeds of dogs, and we interview celebrities about their dogs. I do a show called Interrobang, where me and my friend Tybee talk about what is frustrating and confusing us that week. I do a show called Trends Like These, where me and my friend, this is the only one we actually do research for, where we go through what's trending on the internet and we go beyond the headlines and the memes and find out what's really going on with the stories so that you can sound smarter when you talk about it around the office or whatever. And finally, I do, as far as we know, the world's only annual podcast called
Annual forever.
forever and ever
Beyond your lifetime.
When one of us dies, we'll be replaced. It's called Till Death Do Us Blart, where every American Thanksgiving we watch and review Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. And it's me and my brothers and Tim and Guy from The Worst Idea of All Time. We put out one episode a year every Thanksgiving.
And you have your successors nominated, so you know if one of you dies, it will continue forever.
For the rest of linear time, it will exist.
So if you have a hive of ants in your ear and you can no longer perform your responsibilities, good.
When I've lost my mind to the ants.
And these are all at McElroyshows.com.
You can find
right?
all of this at McElroyshows.com, as well as all of my brother's podcasts. There's like another 8 of those, and our YouTube series and Twitter accounts and Facebook accounts. And I know that all sounds very, very overwhelming, and it is, but they're all really, really good. And I think you'll like all of them.
Yeah. And you can listen to whichever ones you want.
Yeah.
I'm worried I forgot some. There's just so many. It's really hard to keep track of.
He pulls out 10 to 15 shows out of his ear every day.
That's true.
And remember, if you're a patron, we have a special bonus episode with Travis. It's a double-length episode for patrons only, where we're going to talk about whatever is concerning Travis.
Yeah, and if you want to hear that episode and you're not a patron,
shame.
You can become one. You can become one. All you got to do is go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.